What up, lifers? What up, lifers? It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. You're watching Dave Life After Dark. This is Dave Life After Dark. Again, man, the episode number, we lost count. I know it's got to be episode at least 300 because we've been out here for a minute, man. I appreciate y'all. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight, so I want to say thank you. I appreciate y'all for joining, man. We got a special show tonight. Tonight, we're going to get into a couple of things, some updates on what's going on in the news. But first, let's start this off like we always do, the right way. Heavenly Father, have your way, Lord. I pray that you would speak to your people. Lord, I pray that you would enlighten us, entertain us, and inform us. I pray, Lord, less of me and more of you. Have your way. Forgive us of our sins that we've committed by both commission and omission. Charge to our heads and not our hearts. Let us have a great conversation tonight. Let me communicate some good information with respect, with love, and with candor. Be with us, Lord. It's been a wonderful week. We thank you for everything you've given us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen, amen, and amen. Yo, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? What's going on? Like, what is going on? Like I said, man, you could have been anywhere in the world. You heard us tonight, man. I want to say thank you. Tonight, we're going to get into what's happening with Liam Payne. Rest in peace to Liam Payne. Turn the music down a little bit. Let's say rest in peace to Liam Payne first and foremost. We're going to get into that, and we're going to cover some more of what's going on with Diddy. We're going to cover some more of what's going on with Diddy, man. So first of all, I want to say thank you. Hey, look, if you want to support Dave Life After Dark and DaveLifeTV and the After Dark podcast, you can hit us on Cash App at $DaveLifeTV. Hit us on Cash App at $DaveLifeTV. And you can hit us on Venmo at Dave Life. We're here. This is how you can reach us. It will help us, support what we're doing. Forgive me, I'm over here playing with the layouts. It'll help us support what we're doing, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, goes a lot into editing and all that. So I appreciate y'all. All right, so let's get into it, man. With no further ado, I hope y'all are doing good, man. I hope everybody's doing good. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitter, everybody watching on Facebook, everybody watching on Instagram, everybody watching on YouTube. I see y'all, man. I see everybody, man. Let me give y'all a shout out. All right, so look, how we gonna do it tonight? I'm gonna cover the topics. I'm gonna tell you what I know. All right. If you want to join the show, all I ask is three things. Number one, respect the platform. Do not come on here trolling. All right. Be honest, be yourself, but don't come on here trolling, playing games. Number two, have your lighting and your microphone ready. We don't normally open the show up to the public and to the crowds, but we are gonna do that tonight. So have your lights and your microphone ready, your sound and your lights ready, and be camera ready, man. Treat it like you getting on Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. All right, I bet we didn't said all that. So we can start the intro music. All right, look, tonight, man, if you want to join us, I'm gonna put the link in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook, but I'll put that in the comments a little bit later. First, I want to get into the story. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Liam Payne from One Direction is no longer with us. He has passed away. It's tragic and a suicide. Some people are saying that it was a result of an issue he had with his ex, but I'll just get into the information. I don't think it was related to the ex so much, but at the same time, when someone has a drug problem, you never know. All right. And you never know when someone is suicidal. So rest in peace to him. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitter. I see y'all Twitter representing tonight, man. Hey, if you on Twitter, shoot, put Twitter in the comments. Put Twitter in the comments if you're on Twitter. All right, let's get into it. No further ado. All right. So One Direction's Liam Payne passed away today, and I have some excerpts from the news that I can read because I saw this. I saw this in different publications. Some of them needed to be translated. So y'all bear with me because I'm going to add some pictures, and I'm just going to. Yeah, there you go. Well, let me see these thumbnails. All right, boom. That's the one I was looking for. All right, so let me just read to you something that I saw online today that had to be translated. It's going to be somewhat of, the headlines, right? And I'll just read an article. I read this from, I think it was infobay.com. Shout out to infobay.com. Infobay.com. This is we're going to discuss the tragic death. All right. So here's the information. According to infobay.com, the 31-year-old singer died after falling from his hotel room balcony at the Thesa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on yesterday, October 16th, in the evenings. A 911 call was made from the hotel just minutes before Payne's death, and it shows that the hotel staff feared for his safety and believed the singer was intoxicated. Police issued a new statement on Thursday about what was found on the scene in Payne's room. A preliminary autopsy report confirms Payne died as a result of his head injuries from the fall. Now, we do have a transcript of the 911 call. I don't have audio. I have written transcripts. So I'm just going to read it. All right. So y'all bear with me. It should be pretty short. Okay. The call handler, the 911 call. 911, what's your emergency? Caller. Hello? 911, what's your emergency? Caller. Hello, good afternoon. I'm calling you from the hotel Casa Sur Palermo, which is located in Costa Rica, 6032. 6032. Is that between Kramer Street and, yes, that's correct. It's between Arevalo Street and Durango Street. So we have a guest who is high on drugs and who is trashing the room. So we need someone to come. 911. Understood. So you're telling me he is being aggressive? Sir, can you please repeat the name of the hotel, sir? The line cuts out and a second call is made. Call handler. 911, what's your emergency? Caller. Hello, good day. I just called but got cut off. I'm calling from Hotel Casa Sur Palermo, Costa Rica, 6032. What is happening at the location, sir? Well, we've got a guest who has had too many drugs and alcohol. And well, he is conscious. He is trashing the entire room, and we need to send someone, please. 911. He is under the effects of alcohol and drugs, is he, sir? Caller. Yes, correct. 911. You said Costa Rica Street. At which location? Caller. Costa Rica, 6032. 911. That's between Arevalo and Kramer. Caller. Yes. 911. You said it's a hotel. What is it called? The caller says, Casa Sur Palermo, and we need you to send someone urgently because, well, I don't know whether his life may be in danger. The guest's life. He's in a room with the balcony, and, well, we're a little afraid that 911. Since when has he been there, or is this a long stay hotel? The caller. He's been there for 2 or 3 days. 911. Understood. You wouldn't know any other details because you can't get in, right? Caller. No. 911. We'll notify the same medical emergency staff as well. Yes? Caller. Yes. What I'm asking is for someone to come urgently because, well, 911. We've notified the same. Any other details you can provide? Who are you? And are you in charge? Caller. I am the chief receptionist. 911. In charge at the location? Caller. Yes, yes. 911. We've now reported this. What's your name, sir? Caller. Esteban. 911. We've reported it. Caller. Okay. 911. Thanks for calling. You can free up the line now. Caller. Are you sending the police as well or not? 911. The police and the local, wait, give me a second. The local authorities and the same. Caller. No, no, no. Just the same. Just the same. 911. Understood. Don't worry. We've reported it. Caller. Yes. Perfect. Many thanks. 911. You told me that the guest is under the influence of drugs and alcohol, and the same doesn't go in alone. Caller. The same doesn't go in alone. Okay. Okay. 911. No, it's been reported to the police regardless. If the police arrives and you explain what's going on, and if they need the same, they will call them. Caller. Good. Okay. Perfect. 911. We've made the report. Have a good day, sir. Caller. Good day. Thanks. Same to you. So that was a transcript of the call. Sorry I had to read that. I'm glad y'all bore with me on that. Now I want to go through a couple of the photos that I have in another article from the scene of the accident. First and foremost, I don't know if you guys know, but this is the hotel. This is the hotel where Liam was staying, the Casa Sur. Okay, this is the hotel, and the hotel is located in, I believe, in Argentina. Yep, I believe Rio, Argentina. And they found a lot of things in his hotel room. First and foremost, he had a television that had been destroyed. So here we see a picture of the television. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Yeah, let me make myself smaller. So that's a picture of the television. It looks like it was destroyed. And I have another article that I can read through. So apparently Liam had a drug issue. Liam Payne had a drug issue. All right, let me read the article. The death of Liam Payne, the photos of the room and the 911 call from the hotel manager in Buenos Aires. The musician and former member of One Direction was 31 years old. He died after falling from the hotel room he occupied on the third floor. Now, mind you guys, this is being translated from Espanol. So we had to translate it earlier. So when you read it, the original writing was in Spanish. So it's probably going to have a little bit of the language structure and sentence structure from Espanol. So I'm going to read it straight through. And as I read it straight through, I'll try to scroll through some of the pictures so you guys can see what the article was telling us. So the first thing it showed us was his room had been destroyed. That's a television. Let me zoom in. That is a television. And it looks like it's been hit with something. So either a TV screen or a monitor been destroyed. All right. Going back to the article. The musician and former member of One Direction was 31 years old. He died after falling from the room he occupied on the third floor. The case is being investigated as a suspected suicide. Do I have a picture? Here we go. That is a picture of the aerial view of the hotel. Now, I know it's a little bit hard to follow, but over here is a balcony area. Here is a pool. And here is a lower depth, if I'm not mistaken, another landing. And I'll see if I have another angle. This is an aerial angle from a drone. You got the swimming pool down here. You have a balcony area. You have a glass area. And then you can see what's up here, like a balcony area in this area. I'll try to highlight this. A balcony area up in here. All right, you guys are able to follow. Sorry that I can't get closer, guys. Bear with me, but this is an image of the balcony area. Okay, so I'll keep reading. The musician, an ex-member of One Direction, Liam Payne, was found dead after falling from his hotel balcony. Within the framework of the case, for the death of the 31-year-old musician, which is being investigated as an alleged suicide by the Criminal and Correctional Prosecution's Office, headed by Andres Estevan Madrea. The photos that the place's employees took from room 10, occupied by the composer and guitarist, were known as Infobay could confirm. Now, the site again is Infobay, and these pictures were taken by employees. So some people were not cool with the fact that employees took pictures of his room. Again, this was the television that was destroyed in his room. Some people weren't happy about that. However, this was reported in the news, so I'm going to continue to read. There you can see the destruction and the remains of what's supposed to be narcotics. Now here, you judge for yourself. That to me doesn't look normal. So those could be narcotics. Could be. And well, I'm going to say allegedly, but this could be narcotics. It looks like the remains. You see a lighter, you see powder, you see foil. If you think these are the remains of narcotics, put your comments in the comment section. Could be the remains of narcotics. I'll continue to read. Okay, there you can see the destruction and the remains of what's supposed to be narcotics. The investigators would later detail that inside the room 10, they actually found drugs by the city police experts. There was also among the victim's clothes. They were also among the victim's clothes, they added. It is not known when these photos of the room were taken, if they were taken before or after the singer's death. The sources consulted explained this to the magazine about the images in which a television is seen with the screen destroyed, which we saw that one. We saw the television with the screen destroyed, the remains of candles and metallic paper and scattered white powder. So this is the metallic paper. This is the foil and the scattered white powder. This was candles. Looks like the remains of candles, possibly in a tub. More, more foil. We saw the television. So I'll leave it right here on the narcotics. Okay, the publication Infobay, which is the online magazine where I got this from, they also accused the audio. They also accessed the audio of the 911 call from the manager of the Casa Sur Hotel, located on 603 Costa Rica Street in the city of Buenos Aires, in which they requested urgent assistance for the artist. Quote, "We have a guest who is overwhelmed with drugs and alcohol. It is breaking up the whole room. And well, we need to send someone over here, please." The hotel manager did not hide. The hotel manager did not hide his concern when he spoke to 911 operators, saying, and we need them to send us someone urgently because, well, I don't know if the guest's life is at all at risk. He's in the room that has a balcony. And, well, we are a little afraid that he will do something that puts his life at risk. And he insisted on the request for an ambulance, although he was reluctant about the police entering. What I ask of you is for someone to come urgently and they were concerned about him, about him losing his life. And like I said, going back to that original picture, if you look overhead, hey, that's a pretty large fall. If I just zoom in on the balcony, if I can, that's the balcony. Look, and I'm talking about this little box right here. That's the balcony area. From the balcony area, you have a patio down below, you have a glass area, and you have a pool. And then you have another balcony area over in here. So it's pretty high up. It's pretty high up. So something could have happened. Make sure you put your comments. By the way, you guys, if you haven't, I want you to subscribe. Come on over to YouTube Go to DaveLifeTV, all one word, and I want you to subscribe and follow. It's better when you see it on YouTube. I know that we're live on Instagram. I know that we're live on Facebook, on X, also known as Twitter. But the YouTube is the best place to watch all of this. You just get a better experience. Matter of fact, let me see. Yo, like I said, man, Twitter is popping tonight, man. 73 people watching on Twitter. Shout out to Twitter. Shout out to Twitter. Shout out to Twitter, man. All right, I'm gonna do some maintenance right quick. Y'all stay on with me because I'm gonna check this Instagram feed, see who we got on the gram, and then I'm gonna see what's up. Let me see. Right now, according to the analytics, yeah, Twitter's popping. Y'all in the building on Twitter. All right. Instagram, we got less than 10 people. Shout out to Diva to the Max. Shout out to Tasha Roberson, Beautiful Reflections. Katrina, Jamarcus, Uplift, Kim. What up, y'all? Shout out to everybody that's watching. All right, let me go on over to Twitter and see what's popping over here. Twitter popping, man. Y'all going ham on Twitter. I'm not going to look at this. 73 people on Twitter. Shout out to Twitter. All right, let's keep going. That's enough of the maintenance. Let's keep going. All right. So apparently he fell from this balcony area. I'm going to keep bringing up the pictures we saw. We saw this area. Now this area, this is the front of the hotel after the accident. I'll leave it right here for a moment as I read the article. All right. After the call from the manager of the Qasr Sur Hotel, agents from the police station 14B of the city police went to the scene, as did emergency medical care system of the city of Buenos Aires. Upon arrival, the manager explained to the officers that they had felt a loud noise in the rear internal lung of the building. And that is the very picture that we showed here. Let's back it up so you can get perspective. This is the picture where they heard a loud noise in the back area of the hotel. Boom. So they heard something going on in this back area. All right, a loud noise. That place is like the outside of the hotel's confectionery, assuming that's the lit up area down at the bottom, the confectionery. The sources in the case described it as having a folding awning that at the time was open, and there were tables there. Precisely among the tables, the police who went inspected and found the musician's body. And as you can see from this drone shot, there is definitely a confectionery here with tables. There is some sort of restaurant, some sort of eatery. They call it a confectionery with tables. So, Lord, this is horrible. Liam's body could have been found either in the glass here or possibly in the table area down here where it looks like there's, grills and lounge chairs around the pool. I'm assuming this area here is where the balcony area is where he was at, or it could have possibly have been this balcony area. Okay. Either way, it's very scary. I'm counting at least 3, 4, 5 floors up from here. So it's this is bad, man. All right, let me keep reading, y'all. All right. Given this, the doctors confirmed that the singer was dead, and the police intervened at the Criminal and Correctional Prosecutor's Office number 16 of Prosecutor Madrea before the Secretary of Maria Florencia Lavaggi, who ordered the presence of the criminalistics unit and transfer of the body to the judicial morgue. It was a fall of more than 10 meters, according to the estimate of the head, which is Alberto Crescenti. The experts first worked in the area where they found the body, and they went up to room number 10 which is where the former One Direction singer had occupied since Sunday. So apparently 10 meters. If I'm not mistaken, how many meters? How many meters how many feet are in a meter? Look that up, somebody. Put that in the comments. How many feet are in the meter? I want to say 2.8 or 3.3, something like that. Somebody look that up and let me know how many feet are in a meter. I could be completely wrong though. And put it in the comments if you're on the gram. I'm gonna check the comments on the gram. I see the comments on the gram. It's better if you put them in on YouTube. So if you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube and you can join the show from YouTube because I will put the link. In fact, all my people on Twitter that's watching, if you want to join the show, if you got comments, I'm putting a link in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm not sure if it will pop up. Boom. All right, link is there. I'm not sure if it's going to pop up in Twitter, but we can try. Let's keep going. I'll let you guys up in a moment. Let's keep reading the article and tell you guys what's going on. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out what is happening. Okay. This is a picture of the ambulance leaving. Let's see. This is a better picture. Yeah. So the ambulance is first pulling out. This is the ambulance leaving right here. All right. So it was a 10-meter fall. I have one more article, one more piece of information I can read. All right. So apparently, Liam Payne had a drug problem. Some of you may have not known that, but these are the pictures of look at the people. So by the time the ambulance got there, it was already swarmed with media and with fans. Man, this is sad. This is sad. It's a better picture. Swarmed with media and fans trying to get him to the hospital. Oh, man. Yeah, we got Diddy stuff to cover too. I'll leave this right here for now. That's Liam Payne. All right, so apparently, you guys, Liam had some drug problems. And I'm going to read an article here that I think I got from Yahoo. And this is Liam Payne's drug use in his own words. Liam Payne's drug use in his own words. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Go to DaveLifeTV on YouTube, hit subscribe. Also follow on Instagram. All right, let's get into his drug use. All right. Speaking on the diary of a CEO podcast, the diary of a CEO podcast with Stephen Bartlett in 2022, Liam Payne said this in his own words. These are his own words. I was worried how far my rock bottom was going to be. Where's rock bottom for me? And you would never have seen it. I'm very good at hiding it. No one would ever have seen it. When asked if he ever had moments of suicidal ideation, he replied, yes, there's definitely some stuff I've never spoken about to do with it. It was really, really severe. Yeah, I want to tell everybody, if you've ever considered or struggled or thought about suicide, make sure you call the suicide prevention hotline. Make sure you text the hotline. So I want to, like I said, I treat this with respect because I know that it's a real thing that people deal with, and we're praying for you. And please call the hotline if you've ever considered. Okay? Now or ever, please call the hotline. One of my lifers, look up the suicide prevention hotline, put that in the comments, and then I'll post it. Beautiful, beautiful reflections. If you could do that for me, I see you watching. One of my day ones. Diva to the max. Somebody put the suicide prevention hotline. Tasha, put it in the comments on IG, and I'll post it on YouTube. All right, let's continue. He said, this is Liam Payne's own words. There were a few pictures of me on a boat, and I was bloated. I was bloated out, and I call it my pills and booze face. My face was 10 times bigger than it is now. The problem was the best way to secure us was to lock us in the rooms. I'm assuming when he was with One Direction, the best way to secure them and not let them go out on tour, get in trouble, get with girls or, go out party, get into fights and all of that was to keep them in a hotel room. A lot of young stars, stay in their hotel room. Their road managers keep them in hotel A, and you can't go out in the streets. So what he's saying is, one of the best ways to keep him secure was to lock us in our hotel rooms. And he said, and what was in the room? A mini bar. So I had a party for one that seemed to carry on for years. It was wild. But the only way you could get frustration out was to drink and be by himself. So these are his this is Liam Payne's drug problems in his own words. He said then in 2023 July, Liam was admitted to rehab for 100 days in a Louisiana clinic after he hit rock bottom. During his stay at the center, he focused on art and poetry and had very little contact with the outside world. Addressing his fans in a video, he admitted, turning the phone back on was a little scary. I've been trying to learn to get to know this new guy. He also spoke about the controversial comments he made on YouTube star Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, apologizing for how he spoke about his former bandmates. He explained at the time, quote, I took shots at everybody else, came across as really big headed. I wanted to apologize for that. That's definitely not me. Liam also revealed that his One Direction pals really stood by him during his difficult period, during a difficult period of his life. He said, there's a point when you hit rock bottom and you realize you've got to do something different, as whatever you are doing right now isn't working for you. I was in bad shape up until that point. Now, I read that, you guys, because I wanted you to hear in his own words, that he had a drug problem. I wanted you to hear in Liam Payne's own words that he struggled with addiction and it was difficult for him. And thus we see, drug paraphernalia and things like that in his hotel room. Whether it was before or after he passed, they somehow got access to his room and took pictures. All right. Now, why is this tragic, and why is it controversial, and why did we even have on the cover of today's episode Diddy and Liam Payne? For those that don't know, Diddy's in the hot seat for a bunch of things. There are conspiracy theories that just go around the block. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Listen, you guys, if you have an issue with suicide, make sure you text 988. That is the suicide prevention hotline. Text 988. That's the suicide and crisis lifeline. Shout out to Life for Beautiful Reflections for posting it. And there is 3.2 feet in a meter. Thank you, beautiful reflections. There's 3.2 feet in a meter. So if he fell 10 meters, he fell 32 feet. That's 3 stories. And if you fall 32 feet, you fall 3 stories, and you land, on your head or something, it could most definitely kill you. So tragic. Thank you, everybody, for answering my questions. I appreciate that. Y'all came to the call of action. All right, guys, why are we bringing this up? And why is Liam Payne being discussed tonight? And why is Diddy on the cover as well? Well, Diddy's on the cover because Diddy's in the hot seat for a bunch of things, but also just from an aspect of Liam Payne, people were speculating, and I'm going to say that respectfully. People were speculating and was saying, did he have something to do with it? And I'm like, come on, guys. We don't want to entertain conspiracy theories just for the hell of it, right? We don't want to just get into that kind of stuff just for the heck of it. But there was a clip that was rolling around. I'm gonna pull it up if I can right now. Where Liam Payne was on a TV show. Yeah, here it is. One Direction's Liam Payne, who passed away after falling from the third floor of a hotel in Argentina, once shared a chilling encounter with Diddy and Jay-Z. He recalled Diddy's evil laugh. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a stretch if you ask me. It's a stretch if you ask me. Because when you have somebody like Diddy or R. Kelly that's accused of multiple crimes and RICO crimes and SAs and Rs and all types of abusive crimes, people come up with everything. They become the boogeyman. And you know what? They might be the boogeyman. They really might be the boogeyman. So I'm not even gonna act like they might not be, but they might be the boogeyman. Real talk. Especially when you look at the alleged victims and all that. But what happens is the internet world starts to try to play detective and put things together. Now, it's my job to bring you guys the information and let you decide. So what I'm going to do is play a clip and let you decide. Here's what I found on Twitter, where they're discussing Liam Payne recalling Diddy's evil laugh that left him deeply unsettled, admitting that Diddy in particular was far more intimidating than Jay-Z, but he was at a party and something came up about he wanted to meet Diddy and there was an evil laugh. And I'll just play this and then we can discuss, is this even relevant? But I'm playing it because, it's real. It came up today. So let's look at it.
I had that with P. Diddy. I went over to say hello to P. Diddy and Jay-Z was there and Leonardo DiCaprio was sat at the
all right,
side.
I think you've dropped enough names. Okay. I think people thought Prince and Brian Ferry was good. We don't need to hear about other people who are in the room. Let's stick on the people the story's about.
So I went over and I was trying to think who's the easy target in this scenario, who's the one that you go to say the hello, and I'm thinking, I saw him in Get Him to the Greek, I'm going to go over there and say hello to him. So I thought, P. Diddy. So I went out to shake his hand. And I shook his hand and I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And he's going, with the longest handshake ever. And I'm like, sat there just looking in P. Diddy's eyes like, when is this going to end? And then the worst of it happened. There was a whole thing with Jay-Z and I went to lean in to speak to him. But you can't lean in to speak to Jay-Z. You're not allowed to lean in. And his bodyguard just like shoved me like this. And I went flying across the room. And I was like, right, I'm just going to go and sit over here with Eddie Golden. Thank you, that's enough.
So that's like a little excerpt where he said, he felt like Diddy gave like an evil laugh, like a and the reason it's relevant is because everyone in the news is talking about Diddy and Jay-Z and what's going on with the various Diddy cases, and there's a lot of conspiracies that pull in Jay-Z to the case. So very weird that Liam passes away. And now everybody's talking about how he had mentioned that Diddy was sinister. Now I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't think it applies. Because after I read everything straight from Latino publications, had to be translated, I don't think Diddy had anything to do with this, okay? I don't think Diddy had anything to do with this. If you think Diddy had something to do with Liam Payne's death, put it in the comments. If you think that Diddy had nothing to do with Liam Payne's death, put that in the comments. I see that we have 371 people have chimed in or at least viewed on Twitter. Thank you for that. 86 concurrent watchers on Twitter. Thank you for that. Up to 88 now. Thank you, Twitter. Yo, man, shout out to Twitter, man. Y'all, hey, Twitter, man, y'all lifers, man. Let me tell y'all about Twitter. Twitter gonna jump in. They're gonna check this out. They're gonna get the information, and I appreciate Twitter. All right, so look, if you think Diddy has something to do with it, put it in the comments. If you think that Diddy had nothing to do with it, put it in the comments. Now, one thing I will say is that Instagram is commenting. Twitter is watching. So let's keep the comments going. Let's keep everything going. All right, and then come on over to the YouTube, and you can hit the link and join if you would like to. All right. So I don't think Diddy had anything to do with this. I don't. I really don't. I don't think Diddy had anything to do with it. And I do think that unfortunately Liam had a drug issue, and that Liam had demons. You know, he had things that he dealt with, and you know, condolences to his family. I know that he's a human being. Condolences to his fans and everyone that supports Liam Payne. Now, there was some controversy related to his ex, and I'll see if I can find that. I'll look that up right quick. His ex definitely had something to say before he passed away, and she accused him of assaulting her and harassing her. All right. There was some other stuff about his Snapchat that I didn't think was real. They're saying that, oh, okay, he's on his Snapchat earlier today. It was only an hour. No, his girlfriend at the time, I think, had left 2 or 3 days prior. And so I don't think the Snapchat things that people are showing on the net were from an hour before he passed. And I also don't think the image of someone falling from a balcony is the same. I saw that debunked on Twitter. I'm looking at it right now, but I can't show y'all because I'm not gonna show mess. All right, that falling from the balcony, if you look it up, that's not what happened. Because as you can see from what I was showing you, the balcony that they showed in the actual reports from the Casa Sur, this is how the Casa Sur looks. That other thing they showing on Twitter, that's not the confectionery. That's not the back of the hotel. It doesn't even look the same. Okay. So don't get fooled by the stuff that you're seeing on Twitter. It ain't real. This is real. Okay. In fact, I might as well go ahead and show y'all just so that y'all know what not to believe. I do not believe that this Twitter tab, and look, please, guys, it's not safe for work. It's showing somebody falling from a 3rd story window. So it's a person falling from a 3rd story window, but it's not Liam Payne. I'm only going to show this so that you guys know and can contrast. I don't think this is real. So it shows a man falling from a 3rd story. All right, I'm glad they cut it before they show him on the ground. But when they did show him on the ground, there wasn't any blood. This person here fell and was laying on their side. Not saying that they weren't hurt or anything like that, but I just do not believe I don't believe this is Liam Payne. And the reason I say that is because if you just look at the beginning, and I had to pause it. If you just look at the beginning and where this person is falling from, okay, and I'm going to stop it and show you the other one. That has that image and that balcony don't look nothing like this. This is an upscale hotel, very upscale. Look at the windows in the back in the confectionery. That what I just showed you from Twitter, he fell and landed on the sidewalk in the front on the street. And it did not look like this. It was not a posh Casa Sur Palermo hotel. It was not posh. Look at these doors. The image that we just saw on Twitter. Oh God, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm over here just sharing and look at this. I'm over here analyzing and sharing, and y'all can't see. That's my fault. Let me go back. Let me go back. I do not believe that what we saw on Twitter, which is right here, and I'm just going to keep that frozen. I'm not even going to zoom in. I don't think that that hotel with the windows, with the Art Deco feel, with the smooth curvatures on the side, you know, the window pane type frame windows, the black window frame windows. I don't think that is the same as this. That's not the same as this. That video had someone falling in front of a small, looked like motel. This is a very posh. This is the Casa Sur Palermo. Okay, this is very, very posh in Buenos Aires. This hotel right here is not what we just saw. And when you look at the balcony, these balconies are not black window panes. These are white frames, and the windows don't have any frames on the windows. This is like white columns and rows, right? The structure of the building, and the windows don't have any sort of framing on it. It's very posh. So I just wouldn't believe everything you see on Twitter. The Casa Sur Palermo is posh and upscale. What we just saw on the Twitter wasn't. So we'll leave that there. All right. Now, I'm looking for something that was discussed on Twitter with his ex. I don't know if y'all heard about his ex, but him and his ex definitely had some issues. Him and his ex definitely has some issues. I'll leave it on the man, that's so sad. All the people out there watching, this man lost his life. All right, let me go to Twitter and see if I can find the issue that he had with his ex. Now, before he passed away, he had accused him of some things. Here we go. All right, so this is Maya Henry, his ex, and she's discussing and alleging that he abused her, that Liam Payne abused her. And not only did he abuse her, but he harassed her. He harassed her, called her multiple times, called her mom multiple times, harassed her and tried to have her attention. And these are in her words. Now, mind you, Maya Henry said this statement and had her lawyers pursuing Liam and legal action against him. Maybe she went public 2 or 3 days, October 14th. He passed away on the 16th. Today's the 17th. So Maya Henry interview with the Internet is Dead podcast. All right, the subject is abuse. Maya talks about the manipulation tactics Liam Payne would use, including messaging her and her mom saying he was going to die if she didn't help him. So she's saying that he gaslit her and said, "I'm going to die if you don't help me." And what the scary thing is, when a person does deal with emotional issues or mental health issues, they may make those threats and you may not really know if they're going to follow through. And it could be very scary. And to think that if he did follow through with those threats, and he was a heavy drug user or just, he was dealing with addiction, you can't blame Maya Henry. So I'm going to play this so we can get context, but I am in no way blaming her for his death. He has to be accountable for his decisions. It's very sad. I know he was struggling with addiction. He may have been struggling with depression and suicide. So I understand that. But we also can't blame someone that he had a disagreement with or a misunderstanding with, for his mental health issues. So I'm just going to play it so we can have context. And again, this is rest in peace to Liam Payne. And I'm not trying to slander Maya Henry, but let's listen to what she said.
I always felt like it was a manipulation tactic to keep me, I don't know, it's kind of complicated, but I always felt like it was so that I could continue to feel bad for him. And because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, "Oh, I'm not well." He would always play with death and be like, "Well, I'm going to die. I'm not doing well." And there was one time I tried to get him help, and then he was like, not taking it. He would text my mom, "I'm not doing well. Have Maya contact me," because I wouldn't respond. And it's just always the same cycle.
Ugh.
And every time that, like, for example, when I announced my book, he did the same thing. He called my mom. I think I'm not going to be around much longer. And
Oh my God.
and I don't play with death. So I'm like, if you say this, I'm going to try and help you no matter what you've done. And I think he took advantage of my family's kindness. And I was like, if you want to go back to rehab, I'll help you, even though, whatever. And not that I ever wanted to be back with him, but he's still somebody's child. He's somebody's brother. Like if that were my brother, I would want someone to help him too. And so,
Yeah.
but I always just, in the end, I felt like it was a manipulation. And I'm like, especially after everything you've done, I've told you to leave me alone. As of like recent events that have happened, I can't speak on legally, but like it's just gotten so much worse. But yeah, I always just felt really bad. And I always just felt like because he would always say, sorry, this is such a long answer. It's just like,
No,
No,
no.
you're good.
explaining. But he would always just say, I'm so sorry for everything I've done. I can't live with myself. But then is continuing to like try and traumatize me.
Yeah.
And so I always just felt like it was just like a whole manipulation to maybe keep me from not saying anything or keep me on his good side in a way. So
Or keep you at like an arm's length.
yeah.
All right, so that was his ex, Maya Henry, and she was saying that he gaslit her often, saying, "Hey, if you don't answer the phone, if you don't help me, I might not be here." And of course, fans really, really snapped after he actually committed suicide, and they were like, "Hey, you're mean. It's your fault. Etc." They blamed her, and I don't think that's fair. Again, I don't. People have they struggle with their own set of issues, and it may not necessarily have to do with the person who they targeted. So rest in peace to Liam, and hope we pray for his family and his soul, and I also hope that people leave Maya Henry alone. Stop trying to blame that lady for stuff that he dealt with. I mean, like I said, when you deal with addiction, it's a problem. Shout out to Yvette. What's up, Yvette? Yvette's in the comments. Video lady in the building. What's up, Yvette? All right, so we're discussing the Diddy issue, and we're in his lawsuit. We're also discussing the Liam Payne thing. Something I want to jump into real quick. I also saw this on Twitter this week, and I really could have covered this as an entire story. Let me see if I have a photo I can pull up. I do. Y'all bear with me because I gotta. Now this story right here, y'all, is sad. It's sad. It's scary. All right, I'm sending this to my computer. I want y'all to see this. All right, you guys. Man, I don't know if you guys heard about this sister right here. This upset me. I ain't like this. Sidney Wilson. Did y'all hear about Sidney Wilson? Let me share. Make sure you guys there it is. Make sure you guys comment. All right. Did y'all hear about Sidney Wilson? The sister from they used to play for Georgetown that was shot and killed by police. All right. And I'm going to tell you guys straight up. I saw this article and I saw the story earlier this week when I was going through my Twitter feed and researching stuff for the show. Now, I don't know all the details. Let me zoom in. I don't know all the details. All right. It's been a few days since I looked it up. So I need you guys to inform me what you know. Y'all keep me honest. Y'all support me, lifers. All right. But Sidney Wilson was shot and killed by police in a police situation. And I'm being very cautious about how I'm reporting on this because it's controversial as to whether or not police should have killed her or could they have used a different amount of force. And you know, that's always the case, man. When black people are shot and killed by police, we always got to ask ourselves, was the appropriate amount of force used? And oftentimes, no, it was excessive force that was used. Oftentimes, we are murdered like animals in the street. Oftentimes, cops don't give a damn about us, whether we have mental issues, health crisis, mental crisis, emotional issue, don't matter. We could be autistic. We could have anything going on where we're calling for help and we end up getting shot and killed. Let's just be real with that. That happens. All right. And if you don't think it happens, just watch the news. All right. But if you out here saying, Dave, you reading into it. No, I'm not. I'm a black man in America. I ain't reading into nothing. I know exactly how this go. Having said that, I was not happy seeing how this went down. And I really want you guys to know that Sidney Wilson is a person. I don't know the details, but it looked like she was not having a good day. Okay, she was not having a good day. Now, this is her. Like I said, she went to Georgetown. All right. Some people falsely claimed, let me zoom in. Some people falsely claimed that she was transgender. She is not. She is a cisgender woman. In other words, she is a woman born with a womb, born female. Okay. She's not transgender. These are pictures of her with her friends, with her family. Right. And it's a damn shame that we got to go through pictures to find out whether or not she was trans or not. Like, it really shouldn't matter. But the reason they made it an issue, because when I played the video and you see how strong this sister was when the cop did have to defend himself and shoot, and you see how many shots it took to take her down, that's when ignorant internet people get on here and say, oh, she had to be trans. Oh, she's like an animal. Maybe she was this or that. That's unfair to that lady, man. Let's respect her. She's a woman. She's a black woman. And again, without knowing all the details, it seemed like she had a very bad day. It seemed like she had a mental health crisis going on and did not get any sort of help. This is Sidney. Right? Nice looking sister. Played basketball, I believe. Yeah, athlete, Sidney Wilson. Played basketball for Georgetown. You know, oftentimes athletes are taller, stronger, and all of that. All right, now let's see. Man, this is heartbreaking. Basketball team slammed over tribute to dead player who slashed cop. Now, this is when it gets a little graphic, you guys. On the right-hand side of the screen, she is wielding a knife, and she did take a swipe at a cop. And the cop, and I'm not reading into it, I'll play it and you can see it for yourself. From my perspective, I don't know what was said and why she attacked the cop, but she definitely came at the cop with a knife. The cop definitely got cut. The cop was definitely bleeding, and he certainly backpedaled and yelled orders before he shot. He could have took the first shot after she swiped. He didn't. I'm not going to read into it. I'm going to let you watch it. But I'm setting this up so that you can understand the controversy of what was being discussed. All right, so let me zoom in here. All right, basketball team slammed over tribute to dead player who slashed cop. Georgetown women's basketball team has been slammed after it paid tribute to a former player who was shot dead by a cop as she attacked him with a knife. Dozens of social media users have criticized the post, saying the former player was attacking the officer and was a danger to his life. Shocking police body cam footage showed the 6'6" Sidney Wilson, 33 years old, charging at Officer Peter Liu, armed with a knife, while he was attempting to perform a welfare check on Wilson. Now, this is important because oftentimes when officers perform a welfare check, they're aggressive, right? We saw the sister, I want to say in Mississippi, had called and asked for help, needed some a welfare check and mental help from someone. The police came and she started asking questions, and she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and she picked up a pot and said, "Put the pot down." She put the pot down. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And as the cop approached her, it looked like she grabbed the pot and was trying to lift it up to either block something or possibly throw something. But the police saw that as aggressive and shot and killed her dead, shot her in her eye because she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." They didn't understand her religion. They didn't understand her mental health. They were not there to help. They came to antagonize her. I'm not sure if that was the case with this woman, Sidney. I'm not sure. I'm going to play it for you guys so you can make your own decision. But before I do that, let me give you just a couple more clips. All right, so look, they try to paint you as an animal and say you're trans when you might have just been a woman having a mental health crisis. See, I'm painting the whole picture because when you go online, all you see is the pictures of her winning a knife and attacking the cop. You never see the pictures of her playing basketball, going out with her friends, being a normal person. Just because she's tall don't make her a threat. Okay, just because she's tall don't make her an animal. Just because she played basketball don't make her, right? Because this is all I saw. This is all I saw online. Okay. Now this image is disturbing because she's attacking someone with a knife and there's a gun point blank at her chest. That's scary. I don't care the situation. That's scary. All right. Whether you're him, you scared as hell. If you her, you scared as hell. And at the same time, we don't know her mental state. We don't know why she attacked the cop. There was a welfare check that was requested and she attacked the cop. We don't know why. And I know people will say, hey, the cop could have grabbed the taser. Well, he could have. He could have. I don't know what his training was like. But when you see this video, he had half a second to decide. Was he going to stand, run? And if he was going to stand, what was he going to use to protect himself? He had a split second to decide because she came at him blazing. There was no questions asked. Let's look at what happened. And it's sad, y'all. It really is. I don't like seeing anyone get gunned down. And this is the last picture really quick. This is the cop, y'all. Okay. So Peter Liu was cutting his hands, cutting his face. This is all for context. I need y'all to understand. This isn't a case where the cop wasn't attacked. In this particular instance, cop was attacked. Now let's look at the video. This is so sad, man. All right, found the video. Let me pull this up. There it is. Hey, warning, guys. This is graphic. Warning, warning, warning. This is graphic. This is graphic. You will see Sidney, the young lady, get shot multiple times. You will see the cop get slashed. This is graphic. All right, so you've been warned. All right, let's look at it.
How are you? Oh, Jesus Christ. Back up! No! Oh, yeah! Back up, back up. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Hey, man, I got nothing to do. Please back up. Oh, yeah! Back up! Oh, back up! Back up! Back up! 531 bubble. Single one. Shots fired.
What is your location?
322, apartment 322, 11830, Sunrise Valley.
That's blood dripping off his hand. That's blood.
Start medic, please.
Yeah, that one was hard to watch. I was really disturbed when I saw that video. Sidney being, shot and killed. I also, though, it really hurt to see her attack that officer for apparently no reason. I mean, I hate showing stuff like that because it's someone that is, clearly having a mental health crisis and clearly needed help. And then also, you think about it from the officer's standpoint. You're the officer and you're trying to do a welfare check to check on someone, and you knock. And from what I understand, I think he had knocked, and I think, she didn't answer or something, or the music got louder. So then he knocked again. I think that was maybe the reopening of the door, and that's when the attack happened. If you heard about it, put in the comments, y'all, if y'all heard about this. It's real scary though. But rest in peace to Sidney Wilson. Man, and condolences to her family. I hate to see that. I really hate to see that. But I don't know. I really don't know what her mental health state was. And it's very sad because, again, if someone is having a mental health crisis and they need help, you don't want them to be killed. At the same time, when an officer is attacked, and y'all got to remember, I hope you saw it. There was no questions asked. There was no questions asked. She opened the door. How you doing? Slash. And he was already hurt. So it wasn't a good thing. Let me see if I can find another picture, y'all. I see someone that wants to come up. Give me a moment. I'm gonna bring you up, Yvette. I see you. I wanted to show that picture again because look, y'all, this young man was shot. Yvette, wave if you're ready. Okay, hey, okay. Come on up. Come up to the stage, video lady. Hey, Yvette.
What's up, Dave? Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. Let me finish telling everybody what happened to this officer, and then we can talk. It's very scary. I was just telling everybody about Sidney, the young lady that was shot and killed by the officer, Yvette. I wanted to make sure that we understood that she was a person. She was a woman with a life. She was not transgender as they tried to paint her. She was a tall sister, 6'6", used to play basketball for Georgetown. And her life mattered, and her mental health mattered. And the scary thing is, I don't know why she attacked the officer. I really don't know why. I do not know why she attacked the officer. But she clearly attacked him, and again, he was left with a slash in his head. His hand was cut, and he was bleeding. Did you see the video, Yvette?
I did.
Yeah. What's your reaction? How did you feel about the situation?
I mean, it's a sad situation when anyone gets murdered or killed, and again, especially for the family to have to see it out there in the world like that, and over. It's sad. It is never a good situation. But and as Black people, we do tend to automatically run to, oh, the cop was wrong, whatever. In this instant, that man definitely was fearing for his life. He's a human as well. And
Yeah.
so unfortunately, we no longer, back in the day, like in the 70s or whatever, it used to be shoot to apprehend. So they didn't actually shoot to kill. But now the police officer are taught and trained to shoot to kill. However, now we're trying to do the reform and change to apprehend, to have a little bit more compassion, but clearly this was not the case. You know, like you said, he went to go do a welfare check. And people got to realize a welfare check is a very scary thing. Cops are trained for a lot of things. However, they are people, and you never know what you're walking into. I struggled with that myself. The understanding of that. Most people don't. We always just assume it's black or white, and they don't like us, and we don't like them, and that's not the case. They're humans, and they're flawed, and they take their idiosyncrasies to work with them every day. Their anger, their pain, their likes, their dislikes. They take that to work with them just like we do. But welfare checks is something different. A family member feels like, oh, I haven't heard from them in a while, or I was on the phone with them and they're having, that's when like a psychiatrist or something like that needs to be with a police officer in order to lower the temperature from the situation. And they're not trained to do all that. Shoot, half the cops are sometimes mental cases after dealing with that day to day. I mean, just think about it. Before it was just whatever you watch on the TV, and you did control that by your remote control. You can flick and change it off. But now, for some reason, these daggone things again is consumed with negativity and hate and anger and dislike and death and killing. It's like every second on your feet. Half the stories that you were talking about today, I have not even seen or heard of any of them. You know why? I disconnect. First of all, my job requires me to disconnect anyway. I mean, how I look in your mouth, telling myself, open up. Oh, girl, I don't know how you do it.
Right.
You'd be like, what's her problem? Or on the set, they trying to shoot a scene, and I'm, oh, wait a minute, y'all hold up. Girl, how you feeling? Everything I do requires vibrate or shut down. Some of us need to shut down.
Yeah. And information flies so quickly. I called up Destiny today and I was like, babe, did you hear about One Direction's singer, Liam Payne? And she was like, no. I'm like, he apparently committed suicide. And she was like, what? I didn't even hear, because she turned off her phone for about a day. And in that time frame, a lot of things occurred. And I was debating if I was going to cover the Sidney story, because it's just sad. And I didn't want, I don't, man, I'm tired of seeing us getting shot and killed, Yvette.
I know.
But at the same time, I need to talk about it because people need to be informed of what's going on. And this is a case where I'm going to play the video one more time. Sorry, I got to do it. It is graphic, but I'm going to play it.
I want to make a statement that you said, the One Direction guy.
Yeah.
See, this is how things happen. Literally, it was like I was at work. It's the end of the day. It's the doctor, 3 front desk people, another, and my all having a conversation about a patient. But one of the other people ran over and says, oh my God, One Direction guy could. So now, and the doc was in the middle of the discussion. They literally dropped the conversation about the patient, about the One Direction. And at that time, it was like, oh, he fell off the balcony, not he committed suicide. So I don't even know the story, because that's the most I heard. I have not watched the news or heard anything else since that. Yes, I left work yesterday from that particular location.
Yeah, when I dug into it, Yvette, Liam Payne, They found drugs here, and here's what gave me the confidence to say, okay, this more than likely was a suicide. Now, of course, Yvette, there could be foul play, right? We know that there could be foul play, and that's why I made the connection, because a lot of people were saying, "Oh my God, did he have something to do? Did he have something to do with it?" Because he said Diddy was scary. He said he couldn't get near Jay-Z, and I'm like, no, let's not give too much credence to conspiracies. Let's deal with the facts, and the facts are he trashed his hotel room. They said they heard yelling and and equipment and property being destroyed. He trashed his hotel room, and they had complained a few times about it, saying, "Hey, something's going on. This man may need help." They found foil and candles, and this is the one that got me. Boom, straight up drug paraphernalia. Powder, dust, foil rolled up into tracks, lighters. Don't know what that is up there. Burnt marks, God knows, right? Who knows what
Yeah.
it could be. But when I saw that, and then I saw the hotel,
Right. I seen
I
that.
come on, I was like, yo, you know, of course I'm not gonna rule out foul play. Something could have happened. Someone could have pushed him. And I am not saying it's Diddy. I'm not. Come on, I don't even know why Diddy would do that. Plus, Diddy's behind bars. However, could there be foul play? Yes, but the facts are his ex said he harassed me, he abused me. I was coming out with a book. I had already told him and his lawyers I'm going public with information. He had already been suicidal with her many times and had threatened to harm himself many times. And she said this 3 or 4 days prior to the events happening. So all that made me say, okay, this is pointing me to say it looks like it could be self-inflicted, like a suicide. Now if there's foul play, we'll have to look at it as it goes on. But I think Liam Payne was struggling with addiction.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Or even if it was an addiction, I mean, maybe that was just his way of getting
Coping.
up the nerve to harm himself, because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you don't know this, but I had a brother commit suicide, and
I'm sorry, man.
and you just never know. You never know why people do what they do and what was in their head, and and coming
Yeah.
from the world that I come from, it was at all, so you never know.
Yeah.
So just don't know. Just all you can do is pray that they went to a better place.
Yeah.
But when
Well,
you're
I'm sorry.
religious, you know that it doesn't. And today is my father's birthday, who also
Oh no. I'm sorry, Yvette. I'm so sorry.
no, don't see, don't be sorry. See, I'm a little different. Death is a part of life.
Yeah.
It's something that we have to deal with. And it's not something to always be sad about. A lot of people always get sad, you lost. It's not a loss, it's a part of life. The memories
Mm-hmm.
aren't lost, the love isn't lost, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not lost. It's how you look at things. I think people create their own issues that they have in this world by taking things that happen to them and making it so devastating, when it's not always about devastation.
Yeah. So okay. Sorry for your loss, Yvette.
Well,
And
thank
for
you.
and for anyone that has struggled with ideas or thoughts of harming themselves, please call the suicide prevention hotline or text them at 988. Text them at 988. Shout out to my lifers who listed that earlier. It is 988 for the suicide and crisis lifeline. And I learned from just doing the show that when we talk about serious topics, some people have dealt with those
Yeah.
things. I had someone hit me in the past and say, "Hey, Dave, thanks for covering this, but please understand it can be triggering for someone like me who struggled with that." And I said, "I had no idea." And they were like, "I know, because I didn't tell you." But you know, and so that's why I always list the hotline. You know, if we're
And
gonna
that's
talk about
good. And
something.
that's good because it's true. You know, and that's a remember I had wanted to have that conversation before, so let's talk about it now about mental health and stuff like that. I'm not even going to just call it mental health. I'm going to call it. I'm not big on big titles, but PTSD. And as a culture, we definitely have it in tenfold. But it's never considered something for us. It always considered for those who go to war, per se. You have to go through some war or be the other in order for it to apply to you. But as a culture with brown skin, we've been dealing with so much fallout all of our lives, the tearing down of our homes, the separation of the fathers in a home with the mothers, and to the point that we don't even know how to communicate anymore. Just that's triggering. Just being born with brown skin and can't walk down the street is triggering. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so much. So we have to be, have PTSD or so many triggers in life. But we never want to talk about the things that are triggering for us. We never want to talk about the pain or the garbage that we're going through, because you gotta get out of the garbage. You gotta find a way, and you can't do it by just holding it inside. Holding it inside, it comes out wrong. Having someone to discuss it with, because we don't do therapy. Now it's starting to be the cool thing to do therapy. With people like Charlamagne the God talking about it so freely, and other high powered celebrities now that are saying, "Hey, look, it's okay. Because we do need it, and it's not always sitting on the couch like they show on TV. It's something as simple as this. You and I, talking right now, and maybe somebody listening, and the word that we speak today may have blessed them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes we have to just talk about what we go through because it helps. Changing gears.
Okay.
Can I get into Diddy?
Can you not?
Oh, Diddy. Diddy. All right, guys.
Man.
Yeah, Diddy's back in the news. He's back in the news, Yvette, for more lawsuits. And yeah, it's a lot happening here. So Diddy, I don't know if everyone knows, but Diddy he's in custody in New York, and he's now been set a trial date. And Yvette, the trial date is 5/5/25. I don't know. I just feel like 5/5/5. I'm like, there's got to be some significance. And I looked it up, and according to
of course you did.
I looked it up. And according to the internet, I'll just say the internet, because you got astrology, you got numerology, you got numbers from the Bible, you got woo woo woo. Apparently, from what I can understand, 5 is the number of change. 5 represents the number of change. So I have no idea why Diddy ended up having his case and his trial start on 5/5/5. So if somebody out there is into that, they might say, the Illuminati picked that number, Yvette, because the Illuminati knew that it represented something spiritual, and Diddy was putting hexes on people, and I'm not gonna say that that's not possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything
is possible today.
Anything is possible, but Diddy is definitely being tried on 5/5/5 starting next year. And there are no cameras that are going to be allowed in the courtroom.
Oh, man, we got to deal with that sketch artist, man.
Hold on, Yvette. Let me tell you something. You reading my mind. Yvette know what's up. She's in production. She knows what's up. Look at this. They got Diddy sketched out. Now, I'm gonna give the artist credit. That looked like Diddy. Yeah. No, maybe so.
Well, he looking really rough right about now, but yeah.
He looking the other art. I saw another artist. It did not look like Diddy at all. It looked like somebody else. I was like, what is this? At least this dude looked like Diddy. Okay, so they have
But you know
Diddy.
what's messed up though?
What's
This
that?
sketch artist got look like you see. This is why I'm so happy we using photography now in these cases. Because back in the day, they sketched something, and this shit could represent about 85% of the black men in America.
Right. He low key looked like one of the NBA players. I can't think of the name. I'm like, he look like somebody else, not just Diddy. He like somebody else.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't even have my glasses on. I see that.
All right, so there's an article, Yvette, that discusses what's going on in the Diddy case. And to be fair, there are a lot of things, and I'm gonna try to summarize it. I know that 6 new cases have come up about Diddy. 6 new cases have come up about Diddy, and one of them involves a young man that was a minor, and says he
16
was
years.
a.
I text you that night when I seen it go across, but I was so exhausted, couldn't do it.
So 16-year-old. Another one involves a Macy's employee that says, I believe it was a male, and they're saying that he was gang raped. Right?
3 men.
3 men?
There was 3 men, and from the news report here, and I was like, oh my goodness, there was 3 men and 2 women, new cases.
So 3 men and 2 women. And in one,
Yes.
and I know in one of the cases they're saying someone was allegedly taken into the back of a clothing aisle or something in Macy's and assaulted another young lady. She was somehow had gotten, had met Diddy through someone and said, you had something to do with Tupac's death. And they're saying that as a retaliation, he attacked this woman. And I'm about to read that story because that was wild. That was wild, Yvette. But, the point here is that it's a lot of people saying that the 6 new cases against Diddy are really graphic and really egregious, especially if you're involving people being gang raped, both male and female.
And one of the guys that
Yeah.
they reported here was, and see, in that picture almost looked like the picture you was showing that one time. They show, because here they were showing pictures at the white party up in the ham.
Yeah. Oh, you froze up on me.
Blurred out. They just put like a round thing on his face, but you could see he was a little young white boy.
Oh, you know what, Yvette? I saw that one and I didn't download that picture. I definitely saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So they're saying I don't know if the 16-year-old might be the white boy. I don't know.
That's what they showed here on the news here. So
okay. Well, that one picture, I'll try to find it, but it basically showed the person's entire body with just a little round white oval right over the face, but you could still see hairline, ears. If they had neck tats, you could see skin. So it's like they're not trying too hard.
But they probably didn't have tattoos at 16.
They didn't. And the picture, I didn't see any. But let's just say, well, let's talk about it. I think it was Bieber. And one of the white boy was Diddy hanging around. I mean, it could have been some others, but you never know. Could have been Justin Bieber. I definitely saw that. So let me read this article. Let me find the picture I'm gonna put up. Man, this is so egregious. I'll be putting up these pictures. I don't mean to, Yvette. I'm not sure. It's
sure
so
you
horrible.
do. You're reporting the news.
It's so horrible. I'm over here like, look at Diddy. They got the horrible sketch up. He looked like
I just hate the fact that I don't like the fact. I mean, it's if you did it, you did it. I don't like the fact of we spend our time trying to lift each other up in a way, and then we praise them while the music is good and going. Then we would tear you down like that. Like it like everybody jumps on the back, like, oh, let's tear him down. Let's talk about it. And that I personally don't like to be part of that world of doing that. But I understand you feel like people need to be informed, but there's so many people here trying to be informed people. This is where the lines get crossed.
The lines get crossed because some people just want to crack jokes. I'll give you a great example. Ray J. Okay, now listen. I don't know Ray J, okay? But I saw Ray J's news coverage. And the way I ran across his let me just play it. You know what, Yvette? I got to do it. Now, hold on. First and foremost, this is another picture of Diddy. This one don't really look like him to me. I mean, it looked like him, but it don't. This picture looked like he a little special. and Yvette, you know what's funny, Yvette? I'm not trying to laugh, but sometimes some of this mess can be a little funny because you're like, what is this I'm looking at? You know what I mean?
I feel bad for the woman next to her because she looking rough.
Like the Simpsons.
The officers in the background, like, come on.
So, man, listen, let me find this. All right, so yo, man, Ray J's news clip was absolutely hilarious. And I don't think he meant to, you know what, Yvette? I don't know if he meant to be funny or not. But the way he expressed himself sounded like it was a joke, but he had a serious look on his face. And I was like, I don't know if I can take this news report serious or not.
So I can see what you talk about here.
I hope this is the clip. Please, Lord, help me find this clip. Yvette, you gonna laugh. Okay. Hold on. This is madness.
So how is the man's suit and his hair the same color?
Okay. Hold on. Here it is. Can you hear this right now or no?
No, I don't hear anything. I thought you were going to show it because you still got Diddy on the screen.
Right. I got Diddy on the screen because I'm trying my best to find the clip. I don't want to play 5 minutes of Ray J clowning. Yvette.
What?
Ray J is something else. I will say this. He's entertaining. He's definitely entertaining.
Maybe he find his niche.
I'm gonna play it. I'm playing it right now. Like, is this shit real, Yvette? I'm like, what is this man talking about? All right, here we go. Here's the clip that I saw of news coverage from Ray J. It's called the Ray J Reality Check. All right, and apparently he's doing a news program now. And Yvette, it makes you wonder: is it comedy, or is it actually news? But he's just funny in how he expresses himself. I still can't tell. You tell me if you think this is real news, or was this meant to be a spoof?
We don't have real news no more. We have editorials where people give their opinions.
Well, you tell me if he's meant to be serious or if he's meant to make us laugh. Just listen to this.
Like, people are getting robbed of not only their money and their spirituality, they're getting robbed of their womanhood and manhood.
Facts.
Asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain. Do you chuckle?
Oh shit.
Do you laugh?
My bad. My bad.
Do you help?
My bad, Ray J.
Do you criticize?
My bad, bro. My bad.
Because I see a lot of jokes out there right now talking about baby oil. Everybody got a joke about having baby oil and lube. Is that okay? Is that the message?
No.
That was funny, fam.
Now look, Yvette. Now that was somebody else's reaction, but I first saw this on 50 Cent's page. He said, "We gotta help people. Asses are being taken in ways that cannot be explained."
It was just how he said it. I think he was trying to be really serious, but it does come off. Really
No, he
funny.
wasn't. No, the hell he wasn't.
It comes off. I think he said it. But you know what? He's got a point, though. He's got a point. I mean, it don't see this and equal opportunity ass. Too.
You're right about that. You're right.
Equal opportunity. It wasn't just female ass.
Right.
It was equal opportunity.
You're right. And look, we thought R. Kelly was flagrant. Man, the allegations against Diddy are just ridiculous. I said
It's sad.
this man,
Sad.
they either lying on him or he's the boogeyman. I mean, he's the worst thing ever in life because it's just flagrant taking of people's, innocence.
You know what though? Sometimes people get into a place and well, you know what? There's a saying because we always automatically assume that a lot of times people get wealthy and they just lose their mind because they can do more.
Right.
There might be an ounce of, I'm gonna say a little ounce of truth of that, but I'm gonna say if you was an a-hole when you was broke, guess what? You just now an a-hole with some money.
Yeah, money just made it clear. Mhm.
That's it. And you can do a little bit more things now because you have it. But that's whoever you are is who you are. And that's in you. That's what you are. All right. So that's all I can say. I don't know these people like that anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, that was a funny way to put it. Ass up here.
He made it sound funny. That was his editorial.
Ways that cannot be explained.
It was not really reporting the news, but and you know what I think too. Now that I'm thinking about it, how we started watching like Comedy Central that had the news because I used to watch that. They was telling the truth about what was happening in the news, but they did it in a comical way where people could watch it. And I think that's what is going on now. What's his name? Steve, what's his name for that show?
Not Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert. Yeah, well, Colbert and all of those guys, they created that, and Trevor
Saturday
Noah.
Night Live.
They were reporting the news, but they just made it funny. People want to
D.L.
watch
Hughley.
it. Yeah, exactly. So I love me some D.L. Yeah, but that's just he's deep. I like him. But yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna read this article, Yvette, about Diddy, and then we got 20 minutes left. We're gonna close the show out. I want to read the article because it's it's interesting. Oh, and let me know, Yvette, do you got to bounce early? Let me know if you got to bounce.
Man, kind of sort of, but
no. Matter of fact, hold on, Yvette. We passed your curfew.
We did. I told you I'm just getting home too, so I've had a whole day. This is already like, whew.
Okay. Well, let me know when you got to go. When you got to go, give me toss them up. All right. So we're just gonna run this real quick, and we'll just talk about the article. All right. So Diddy, y'all, I'm gonna read the article. This is sad, but I'm giving you the latest update. So in addition to the other cases that are being levied against Diddy, a Bay Area woman claims that Diddy gang raped her as revenge for saying she was involved in Tupac's death. And this is a real story, Yvette. So I'm gonna share the page so y'all can see it. Is it this one? It's this one. Okay. Boom. This is a real story. I'm reading it off of ABC 7. Bay Area woman claims Diddy gang-ard her, without saying the word, as a revenge for saying that she was involved in Tupac's death. All right, Orlando. Sean Diddy Combs is facing a disturbing new lawsuit from a Bay Area woman who claims that he gang-ard her as revenge for saying she was involved in Tupac's death. In disturbing detail, the latest civil suit against the business mogul breaks down a horrific scene inside an Orinda apartment in 2018. It was a very savage gang R, said the accuser's attorney, Ariel Mitchell. Now, Yvette, Ariel Mitchell is the same attorney that found out that that said she saw the tape of an A-list celebrity with Diddy, and she was trying to help broker the catch and kill. That's the same attorney that is bringing this.
The lady that we were seeing. Okay.
The same lady that we talked about the other day. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, a woman claims to have met Diddy over FaceTime in 2018 after running into one of his friends at a bar. During that conversation, the attorney said that the woman made a comment that upset the rapper. She told Mr. Combs she believed he had something to do with Tupac's murder, so she wasn't impressed or interested with seeing him. Little did she know that she would be the that would be the thing to cause her harm later, said Mitchell. The lawsuit says a month later, Diddy's friend allegedly set her up to be AR'd by the rapper in Orinda, where she said she was drugged and threatened with a knife. And Diddy said he would, quote, she would, quote, pay for her statements about Tupac during a video call, during that video call. The lawsuit says that while he violently AR'd the woman, the rapper told her, quote, her life is in his hands, and that if he wanted to, he could take her and she would never be seen again. According to her attorney, the woman was AR'd by other men as well. And despite being drugged, she was able to escape on her way out, telling Diddy, quote, she did not party with him and she did not enjoy partying with him, that he AR'd her. The lawsuit claims that neighbors called the police. Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office came out to the neighbor's home at the time of the incident because several 911 calls were made, said Mitchell. According to the lawsuit, several weeks after the attack, the accuser went to the hospital because she was still in pain. The lawsuit claims hospital personnel called Walnut Creek Police, who took the accuser's statement. This time, she decided not to name Diddy because she was afraid she was not going to be relieved and that she would be harmed by the rapper if he found out he was named. ABC 7 contacted Orinda Police Department and has not heard back. Now it goes on to say how the woman's attorney filed some things, and it talks about one of the ladies that was involved. I'm looking for her name. They're saying that one of Diddy's former associates, a female, was the connector that set her up. I can't find the name offhand, but that's pretty much what it's saying. This is it's scary because again, you know, you gang R this lady. Number one, you got accomplices. You got men that are doing this with you, right? You allegedly gang R her, and all because she said, "I think you had something to do with Tupac's death." She just makes a statement and alleges something. So you decide, I'm gonna plot and set you up, and a month later, you know that this is scary and it's sick. You know, the same thing with the Macy's employee. Whatever happened at Macy's, oh, so you decide to gang R this male at work? Like what? I'm just in shock.
That sounds like a mental problem.
I'm in shock, Yvette.
I wish it was something stronger than water in this bottle.
Yeah.
Something wrong with me. I get high off life and water. How about that?
Yvette, I'm in shock because I'm just like, what in the world is going on? If these allegations are true, if these allegations are true, they not releasing him. He not getting out. How do you react to that horrible
And
account?
you know what? And I'm horrible. Well, no, I always say I'm horrible when I think really bad things. But see, you know, when we have corporate punishment type things out there, never mind. I'm not even gonna put that out there. Never mind. I'm gonna keep that thought to myself. It's just it's not a good one.
Okay, I hear you.
It's not a good one.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with I really hope that justice is served and we can get to the bottom of this. Now, you know, it's similar to the Cosby case. Once one accuser came out and he was placed in custody, then other accusers were emboldened. Now, what I'm hearing about these cases, now the person that bought the cases is Tony Busby. He's a lawyer. He's the lawyer that came out and said, I have over 120 potential cases against Diddy. Right. So these 6 were brought by him. So potentially there could be 114 more. So just like with the R. Kelly case and with the Cosby case, once one person is bold enough to accuse, then others.
But you know what the difference is in those cases, and from my understanding, because I don't know all the facts and I don't be following these people's lives like that. when it first happened with Cosby, see, in Cosby time, he was like the it man.
Yeah.
And he just had shows and movies and everything. It's like he was like the Midas touch. Everything he touched was turning into gold. So you know how that goes. People trying to come up want to be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of these women, they were going to him trying to get a leg up.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as and see, and I have a problem with that too, because it can go both ways. But when you go approaching someone to get a leg up and you're using your femininity to get what you want, and then after you get it, now it's a problem. Or
Yeah.
you twist the story around because now or you didn't get what you want. And then also in his case, some of these women went back 2 and 3 times. So my thing is, if it was so bad,
Yeah.
why did you walk your little happy behind over there a second and a third time if you know that you were drugged? Because see, if I come and visit you and you know I visit LA and you
Yeah.
done slip something in my drink and then I find myself in the woods somewhere,
Right.
you know, why would I
Why
even
would you come back? Yeah.
Why would I come back and talk to you or whatever? First of all, I will tell somebody. And
Mhm.
me, I document everything. You'd be surprised stuff that I document. My girlfriend's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, that don't throw away nothing." I don't. I will record. You never know.
You know,
You
there
never
were
know what I'm recording because I'm getting my things together. But I wouldn't go back. Now in the R.
Hmm.
Kelly's case, from what I'm understanding, some of the girls may have been young, but then
Mhm.
some of the girls were of age. And
Mhm.
people do things thinking they're going to get in the door with a celebrity or think they might be the one that
Right.
can get that person to sway to love them. Like eventually they always get a woman or a man, but it's like, why can't it be me? And not realizing nobody wants the desperate acting one. Nobody wants the
Mhm.
sleazy acting one. No, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
sometimes you play yourself and then they see you
Yeah.
for exactly what you are and they will use that up because you put yourself in that position to be used.
Well, yeah, that's also the scary part too, is like in the Weinstein case, Cosby
Exactly.
case, Diddy case, R. Kelly case. If you're in a position of power and they want to be in the industry and you're promising them, hey, come party with me,
Yeah,
I'll make sure you get that audition or whatever you're promising.
exactly.
I understand that some people say, oh man, some of these women are doing this because they're trying to get a leg up. But I can certainly tell you, in the case of these Diddy cases and in the case of Bill Cosby, they didn't, you can't consent when when you're not conscious. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
even though they might have done certain things, well, maybe some of these other things they didn't, agree to. And the reason I bring that up is because Kanye West is accused also.
I know.
Right. Now, here's the funny part. The young lady used to be one of his employees. So he saw her at a party. Apparently, she's alleging that years ago she saw him at a Diddy party with her and her friend. She she says that they got really drunk and she forgot everything. Then years later, she starts working with him on his team as like a personal assistant or whatever it is that he hired her for, right? Paid her a lot of money. And then when he starts making advances at her, and she's like, well, I don't know why you think this is cool. And he's like, oh, we actually did this before, allegedly. And she's like, what? And then she's remembering that she forgot what happened at the party. And she starts placing two and two together, like, yo, maybe something happened at that party that I couldn't remember nothing about. And he's out here just saying, yeah, we did something before. So I don't know what the problem is. So that's what I'm saying. Here she is hanging out and she's coming back for an opportunity. Then some things occur. And then she came back yet again. And he's like, okay, well, we'll give you a severance. If you just do this and this, we'll give you a severance. She did this and this, never got the severance. See what I'm saying? So they pull them in, they use their power and they pull them in. So
Ladies, get your cash up front.
get your cash up front. Sign an agreement. Something I don't know, man. I don't know.
Get it up front. Get it in writing. Get it up front. You know.
Get it in writing. Well, Yvette,
don't be like, no, leave it on the dresser. No, it's too late now. He done got it. Don't leave it on the dresser.
You know what's funny? I saw something online. What did I see online where a lady had a meme and it was like, it was a transactional thing. It was like, I dated this man for this long and I ain't getting nothing out of it. At least I could have made him pay me for the coochie or whatever. Right. And basically she was saying, don't fall in love, make him pay for everything. And a lot of people in the comments was like, yeah, if you're a hoe, yeah, if everything is transactional, yeah, and that's the problem with some of today's women. They want to make everything a transaction. Everything ain't a transaction, man. But that's a whole nother discussion for another time.
This is true.
All right, Yvette, we're going to rock out. I appreciate you for joining. I'm going to put this up here so people can remember we were talking about that man right there. We was talking about Diddy, the diddler.
Okay, now I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, all right, Yvette. Hey, I appreciate you. I'll see you next week, okay? Thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
All right, have a good night. All right. Hey, y'all, thanks for joining. This is Dave Life. You've been watching Dave Life After Dark. Dave Life After Dark. At some point, I'm going to reorder these, and I'm going to remember exactly what episode we're on. I think we're in episode. We got to be on 300 because we was real close to 300 back in the day. So I appreciate you guys for joining. Today's episode was about Liam Payne's tragic death. And of course, the Diddy news. And we also discussed Sidney Wilson, who was shot and killed by the police after attacking, and the police officer that had to defend himself. So I appreciate y'all for joining, man. Thank you, everybody. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight. So I appreciate that. If you want to support Dave Life After Dark and Dave Life TV, you can hit us on Venmo at Dave Life, on Cash App at $ Dave Life TV. Make sure you send us some tip money, some coffee money. And even though I'm trying to slow down, send a little bit of money because I like to smoke hookah from time to time. All right, y'all. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for joining, man. We'll see y'all next time on After Dark. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, everybody, on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. We need y'all. We almost at 1,000 followers. We're trying to get to 1,000 before Christmas. Let's do it, all right? Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.